The pre-game show is sponsored by AT&T. The US women with fond memories of their last match against Russia, an 8-0 friendly win at the Georgia Dome in 2014, and Jill Ellis' side would love a similar result today. Children's Mercy Park will be the venue this upcoming Sunday as our MLS coverage continues and resumes with Sporting KC playing host to the Colorado Rapids at 7 p.m. Eastern. That is right here for you on FS1. And with that, we welcome in Senior Sports Illustrated writer and Fox Sports contributor Grant Wall. Grant, good to see you. Let's talk league soccer first of all, if we may. Kaká currently playing his club football in Orlando, isn't he? We're hearing that another high-profile Brazilian could well be headed to the same city. What can you tell us?
That's true, Kate. I'm told that Brazil's Marta, the 5-time World Player of the Year, is nearing a deal that would bring her to the Orlando Pride of the NWSL. This would be for a 2-year contract with the option for a 3rd year, and she would be coming on a free transfer from the Swedish club Rosengard. Now, the maximum salary for foreign players in the NWSL is around $41,000, which isn't much, but Marta earns far more in endorsements than in salary, and those companies are going to be really happy that she's in the big U.S. market compared to Sweden.
For sure, she's a big name, isn't she? Let's move over to international football. The US women this week finally coming to a labour agreement with US Soccer. What's the general feeling about the new deal? I'm sure you've spoken to the players.
Yeah, I have. I mean, from talking to both sides this week, the big word is relief. When you talk about the players, they spent 23 days in person in 2017 alone doing negotiations for this labor deal, along with 3 more days remotely doing negotiations. So the big thing for them is the stress of all of this is over now, and they can focus on doing what they do best, which is playing soccer on the field. Now, the players are really happy that they got big bumps in compensation from U.S. Soccer. They also have control now of their group licensing rights, which is a big deal to them. From the federation side, they're actually really thinking this is a big win for them in the sense that they got the minimum number of players under contract each year reduced from 24 last year to 22 in today's NWSL announcement to even fewer in future years. Now, another interesting tidbit here is that I'm told Becky Sauerbrunn is now viewed as kind of the de facto captain inside this team due to the huge role she played in leadership during these labor talks for the team. Now, Carly Lloyd is the nominal captain, and she's a very important player, but she had supported Rich Nichols, who had been fired by the players, as their lead negotiator in December. And so players like Sauerbrunn, like Kristen Press, are now gaining more leadership inside the team for taking such a big role in these labor talks.
Yeah, certainly going to be interesting to see how or if indeed that plays out on the pitch. Grant, it is always fantastic to speak to you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Leslie, as a former player, how did you observe the whole process from start to finish? And do you see the result now as a triumph for the US women's national team?
Yeah, absolutely. I think both Eric and I have both been in these processes as players, and to have it over, the amount of time and energy that was spent, and to finally have the reward is amazing. I talked to Megan Rapinoe, and she just said it was the most empowering process as this team stuck together and did what they did to get this deal done. And not only did they worry and craft this deal specifically for their own needs, but for the future of the game, and really considering the NWSL players. Although they cannot talk for the NWSL players, they can talk about their situations, because everybody but Alex Morgan, Crystal Dunn, and I'm missing the third, are in the NWSL. So their concern is about the facilities and staffing and making sure that NWSL is one of the best leagues in the world, and they did that.
Well, I think it's, look, labor disputes are no fun at all. We didn't have 23 days. We had 23 hours in a small room in Paysandú during the Copa America, and that's where the foundation of our labor dispute really came to a head on the men's side, and that's 20-some-odd years ago. But sticking together is the key, and it is an empowering thing, because as a team, as a group, you have to realize that you're not just fighting for what's for you. You're fighting for future generations. And it's not always about, it's about what you deserve. And if we're being honest here, we were fighting as on the men's side, we were the 13th or 14th best team in the world. This is the best team in the world. So if they're happy, I'm happy, because I'm sure they've made some compromises here, but the reality is they probably didn't get what they deserved, because they deserve to be treated a heck of a lot better than they've been over the last 2 decades.
I mean, inequalities within the game is a problem on an international scale.
Sure.
Is this something that now other nations will look at and take the US women's national team as an example?
Absolutely. I mean, the U.S. team is the role model. You saw New Zealand, you've seen Ireland do this. Everybody's looking to us. And what U.S. soccer has been put into the federation, we are the role model. Everyone follows us. So we hope that that continues to help grow this game.
Look, they haven't just raised the bar just for us internally, the U.S. I mean, every team is getting better. France is now fantastic. England is for real now. Germany's not going anywhere. And the Chinese and the Japanese are putting more money into the women's game than ever before. So we can thank the U.S. women for making the whole thing better.
Absolutely. Thank you for the mention as well, Eric. We're not doing badly, are we? Well, the US now seeking a return to their winning ways on the pitch, with Crystal Dunn hoping for her first international goal of 2017, hoping that will come today against Russia. Kickoff is approaching. Fox Sports. Well, the Russian women have taken part in 2 World Cups, both of them here in the United States, and today they have their sights set on knocking off the US in a friendly at Toyota Stadium. But Mallory Pugh with other ideas. The 18-year-old is getting ready to make her 21st international appearance in a game that we will dissect further after the break. Well, Frisco, Texas has been good to the US women's national team through the years, and a passionate crowd is on hand today as Jill Ellis's side seeks a win over Russia. Carly Lloyd in the starting lineup and approaching yet another milestone in her career. Lloyd needs just 4 more goals to become the 6th player to find the back of the net 100 times for the US women's national team. Elena Terekova is set to lead the attack for the visitors. Terekova amongst 9 different goal scorers for Russia during their successful Euro 2017 qualifying campaign. Yes, welcome along. Kate Abdo, Eric Winalda and Leslie Osborne back with you. Russia prepping for that competition, which takes place in the Netherlands this summer, whilst the Americans are right now in need of a confidence boost. That's after falling to England and France last month. Leslie, what was missing for you in those defeats that you would now like to see them do in this game?
Well, I just want them to respond. I want them to get a result, obviously, but I want them to play well and get their confidence back. They're all itching to play out there. But also I'm looking for a few things. I think Rose Lavelle playing that number 10, she's going to be tucked inside today. I'm excited to see how she embraces that role behind a Crystal Dunn and Carly Lloyd. Also, Kelly O'Hara and Megan Klingenberg have been back. Kelly's going to start, and she's going to be really up and down that wing, even playing almost a 3-back, because she's going to be in that space where Rose Lavelle is. And I'm excited to see Sam Ewis and Allie Long in there together in the midfield.
Well, the U.S. was working on some things, and they are, to a certain extent, working on some stuff tonight. They really got exposed by France, because France has just flat-out speed. I think the only thing that they can worry about tonight is, we've already mentioned Terekova. She's got 2 of those 9, but they can hit you from everywhere, 9 different goal scorers. And Karpova up top, if she can stretch this U.S. defense, they couldn't be in for a long night, but I don't think it'll happen. They look much more organized, and then the mindset seems to be correct.
It's a game that we're expecting the Americans to win. Is this less about the result today, more about individual players making an impression on Jill Ellis?
Individual players, but also the developmental phase. It's also a different system, trying to figure out who's playing well together. So it's individual, but also team. They need a good team performance here tonight.
All right, well, we are excited for this one. The US women's national team stepping up against Russia. Becky Sauerbrunn set to marshal the back line for the US, who are playing their 4th match of 2017, all coming against European opposition. Results have been mixed. Kickoff is now just minutes away.
This is Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, home of FC Dallas and Major League Soccer, home to the USA women's national team tonight as they get ready to face Russia. First of 2 games that will come your way in Texas. They'll play Sunday in Houston. And this one tonight here on Fox with Ali Wagner upstairs, Jenny Taft downstairs. I'm JP Dellacamera. The U.S. team are waiting their arrival to come out. And the accent is going to be a little bit tonight, Ali, on youth, especially on the flanks tonight. It'll be interesting to see Pugh and Lavelle and how much influence they have in this game.
Well, the flanks are going to be wide open because Russia likes to be compact centrally, and 2 of the bright spots in the attack for the U.S. are Lavelle and Pugh. So it's going to be fun to watch and see how they can slice open this Russian defense.
Teams out of the tunnel in Frisco, Texas. Russia's never beaten the USA in 8 previous tries, and the USA trying to get the bad taste out of their mouth from the She Believes Cup, where they finished dead last in their own tournament, losing the last 2 games, being shut out in those last 2 games as well. Two teams lining up side by side. We'll have the anthems of the two countries, plus a moment of silence in memory of those killed and those injured in Monday's St. Petersburg metro attack carried out by a suicide bomber, the Russian players with the black armbands.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem of Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome Texas country music artist Holly Tucker to perform the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
First game for the U.S. Women's National Team since U.S. Soccer and this team and the Players Association finalized their new collective bargaining agreement. It goes through 2021 through the next Women's World Cup and the next Olympics. We'll talk more about that throughout the night. That is a significant contract signing that was announced this week here in the Frisco area. Let's go downstairs now. Jenny Taft is standing by with USA's head coach Jill Ellis.
Well, Jill, you have been evaluating different players really over the past 5 months. So with this starting lineup tonight, who and what will you be watching for?
Well, yeah, we've, Rose Lavelle is going to kind of play more central today, which I'm, interested to see. We've pushed Crystal central high, which will be great, and with Shorty obviously playing tucked inside. So some different things, but at the end of the day, it's just that players finding the spaces, connecting to each other on the field.
All right. Thank you, Jill. Good luck.
Thank you, Jenny. Elena Fomina is the first woman to ever coach the Russian women's national team. She's a former player, former captain of Russia, and she'll be guiding this team into Euro 2017. Match referee is Ekaterina Koroleva, and your captains are there, the two number 10s. Carly Lloyd for the United States and Elena Terehova for Russia. Carly Lloyd just back from England, playing for Manchester City. Alex Morgan coming back from France. She is on the bench today. And Crystal Dunn back from Chelsea. So it's unusual, but that's maybe part of the future now with some of the players going overseas to play and then coming back.
I would think that's definitely the growth of the game and how you want to see players going abroad, but mostly staying here in the NWSL. And the team's going to have to get used to transitioning them in when they do get back on home soil.
It's been a lopsided career series. The Russians' best effort was a 1-1 draw. That was back in 2000. USA will be in red tonight. That's the colors that they wore in the She Believes Cup. Russia will be in the white tops and the blue shorts. And right now they're going to be gathered for that moment of silence. And again, it's a memory of those killed, those injured as well in Monday St. Petersburg metro attack carried out by a suicide bomber. Our thoughts and prayers to those victims and the families left behind.
Recognizing the lives lost in the attacks in St. Petersburg, Russia this past Monday. Thank you.
Moment in those two-leg matches. Waiting for the whistle from Ekaterina Koroleva to get this one underway. And we are underway from Frisco. Played long immediately by Holobiaga. U.S. picking it up. Mallory Pugh loses there near the halfway line. Cut off by Lloyd. Carly Lloyd advancing. Got it forward in the left. Dunn with Pugh making a run. Tripped it inside the box. She's still down. Ball played in front, and it was missed. Mallory Pugh lost her footing, and she just got up now.
And that's just a good little pass in by Lloyd. Dunn pulling away, opening up that gap. Hard to see what happens to Pugh there. But it's a bright start from the U.S. driving end line, getting numbers in the box.
Ball is cleared by the Russian goalkeeper Beliava. On this near side, O'Hara putting pressure on the ball. Goes out for a USA throw-in. The competition was between O'Hara and Sochneva. Should be another USA throw-in. To get off to a rough start of that France game, to say the least, conceding that penalty kick goal. They were trailing in the 8th minute. Dunn has it blocked, but there was a foul and a restart here. Crystal Dunn has played in 3 FA Cup matches for Chelsea as a starter. Enjoying it so far, her time in England.
And with her and Morgan going abroad, they're going to be the ones that are more played in.
That's Lloyd. Nice cut to free herself for that low shot that went wide.
And Lloyd as well. But she's just getting over there now. And just a by Carly Lloyd, beats that defender and has a go. I like Lloyd being higher in the pitch. In that situation, she's not posted up as high as she's going to be throughout this game. But that's where you want Carly Lloyd, is looking for her shot in and around the 18.
Ball out for a throw-in. Zjastinova. She'll get the return. The left back will push it forward, intercepted. U.S. initially, and now it's taken back over. Holobiaga's pass from this right side. Russia will try the long ball. Doesn't work there. Rose Lavelle's first touch, or two. Moving it right. O'Hara taking that space that Lavelle left unoccupied. This one not too inviting on that long ball from Mewis.
No, but you could see in that buildup of the attack for the U.S., one of the things I'm going to be looking for is how condensed Russia gets. There was about 5 numbers just collapsing on Lavelle as she was getting down the flank, and no one's busted out wide to pick up that overlapping run. So the U.S. is going to find joy and success in the flanks today, or at least we presume so.
Lloyd, double and triple team there. Casey Short dropping it back. Allie Long, 20 in the red of the USA. Up for number 3, Mewis. She tried to spring Crystal Dunn with that breakaway speed. Sent to the opposite side of the field. U.S. trying to break out of that losing streak and also that goalless streak. Lynn Williams, who's not suited up for this particular game but is on the roster, was the last player that scored for the U.S.
And you'd have to say that when Lynn Williams did get that goal, she created something out of nothing. So I think one of the big disappointments in the She Believes Cup for the U.S. was that they weren't generating a lot of quality opportunities.
This is O'Hara's pass ahead. Lavelle. Nice turn. Rose Lavelle has that strong left foot, playing it inside, and she just missed that connection, and not by much. Looking for Mallory Pugh, the 2 young phenoms.
This is so good by Lavelle, just able to elude traffic in there. Pulls out, and look at that slip ball. I love that Pugh is slicing inside. She's supposed to be the left mid, but when she sees that gap on inside, she's given the freedom to do so. And Lavelle with that vision to try to find her. I mean, they really are the future of this team, and you would think some of the stars come 2019 France.
Lavelle bringing it to a crowded middle, doesn't bother her, looking, shooting, fingertip save, it's a corner kick, that was all Lavelle, big save by Belyeva.
Well, how about this, if you're Rose Lavelle, I'm just gonna go into the numbers and then create my own shot. She's going away from goal, but it's set up on her favored left foot, and she has a quality strike, earns her team a corner kick.
Lavelle will take this corner from the near side, 6th minute. Short on the back heel. This is Lavelle. Right side. Head up for O'Hara. End line cross. Right at goal. Let's hear more about Rose Lavelle. Here's Jenny.
Well, there was an important change that Rose Lavelle had to make to get her game to this point, and she told me that when she was at the University of Wisconsin her senior season, she had a pretty serious discussion with Jill Ellis, and the difference was about her nutrition, about taking her game to the next level. And Rose told me, honestly, I'm not the kind of person who has a big appetite, and sometimes I wasn't eating the right thing, and I knew I wasn't fueling my body. And she told me the conversation with Jill was scary, but it was the right thing because it was the tipping point for her career.
We know more about nutrition, don't we, these days, Allie, than when you were a player, as we see these 2 down, Allie Long being one of them and Morozova the other.
Yeah, but nutrition has always been something that has been a focus point of any athlete at a high level. I mean, that is one of the pillars of success if you do want to compete and have a long career. So it was important that she focused on it and took it seriously. And just a little late in there by Morozova. And she's the one who's a little worse for the wear after it.
Allie Long back to being more of a holding midfielder with Sam Mewis, whose stock really rose, we thought, in the She Believes Cup. But Long has also played as a center back with 3 in the back. Now she's in the midfield. So we're seeing a lot of this mixing and matching from the U.S.
And I talked to her yesterday, and I think she had the biggest grin on her face that I've seen, because this is her preferred spot.
Lloyd received that ball well. Looks for Pugh. Flag is up. Offside. Punched away. Some of the players on the field were the last to know about that flag being raised. Good save nonetheless by Belyeva.
And Pugh's got to be aware there, because she's onside, or she's looking down the line. It's got to keep herself onside there. She's got plenty of space to get in behind, so no need to cut it so close.
Russia has been playing with a player down. Morozova didn't come back on the field. She wants to get back out now with the referee's permission, but not yet. Free kick here for Russia now. Morozova should be coming back. They're 23 in the white and blue. Long distance free kick now for Russia. Looking for their first opportunity at Alyssa Nair, who started 2 games in the She Believes Cup, the first and the third game. Played inside, 2 players making long runs, but it's too far away from both. A deflection though will lead to the corner kick.
And Russia is very good on their set pieces, so the U.S. have to be aware in these situations. They're very good in the air.
Russia's first corner. Terahova will take it. She played on the Euro 2013 team. And should be on the squad for 2017 as well. She'll drive it outside of the box now as it's headed away. It's played back in by Shekina. U.S. is able to deal with it. Then Long's pass. O'Hara trying to save it. Got clipped, but the ball is out for U.S. throw-in. Pushed aside to short. U.S. has done well in this stadium. Had their Olympic qualifiers. Some of them played here. Some in Houston, where they'll be on Sunday. Against the same opponent. Nair. Sauerbrunn. Long. Lewis for Allie Long. All the way to Casey Short. She's been playing mostly as an outside left back in a back 3. So tonight our first look at her in a back 4, playing centrally next to Sauerbrunn. Lloyd seeing a lot of the ball early. Dunn behind the defense. In the box. Dunn with a shot. And she scores. 1-0 USA.
Well, one of the partnerships to watch tonight was with this Lloyd-Dunn combo. And this starts with Lloyd. Mewis plays just a simple ball, but Lloyd sitting in a nice seam, and I love that run by Crystal Dunn. Behind the center back, perfectly weighted pass, and then just a nice clinical finish to the far post. Believa has nothing she can do with it. Simple for the U.S. right here, and getting in behind. But Dunn has work to do. That is a difficult angle. And you can see Believa gets a hand to it, but can't put enough on it to redirect it.
So Dunn is on the board. Lloyd with the assist. The goal coming in the 10th minute. So that shutout streak is over for the U.S. and they've got the lead. First lead they've had since game 1. The She Believes Cup against Germany.
And we knew that Russia wasn't going to be the same test as a France-Germany.
Morozova with that early tester on Nair, but didn't have that much on it in the end.
The U.S. is just having a little bit more time on the ball to set play and to pick apart Russia. But I'm liking what Russia's doing. You know, they're sitting back, they're staying condensed, and at times they are transitioning quickly and generating some attack themselves. It's still early.
Ball pushed forward. Again, it's Lloyd. Lavelle. Dunn. Trying to play it across, and that deflection results in a corner, but no, the flag was up on this near side. Assistant referee had the flag up. So the goal kick for Russia. Dunn with her 19th international goal. 14 of them came last year, a breakout year for her. Second time tonight that the U.S. was offside.
And as much as you hate being offside, it's usually a good sign that you are on that restraining line trying to get in behind. That was one of the things the U.S. lacked in the She Believes Cup, were players getting on that edge and the service to get them in.
Sauerbrunn. Up the middle. Long was tackled by Morozova. We're getting word that she might be coming out. She was injured in that collision with Allie Long and seems to be laboring.
Good little entry ball by Sauerbrunn. You can easily play long in that gap with someone on her back. She can handle it, but poor foul.
Lavelle on the ball. A lot of touches early for both Lavelle and Lloyd, and now Pugh with Dunn making a run down the middle. Pugh going wide, left sideline. Numbers getting forward toward the box for the U.S. That cross might have been rushed. Beliaiba makes the easy and safe play, and Russia do have a sub up by the fourth official. Danilova. Off that long kick from goal. Five players defending, so not much of an opportunity there for a clean look at goal.
No, but all the U.S. defenders went centrally defensively, and this left side was wide open with the Russian players sneaking into it. I think they have to be aware of that. A team that's maybe more sophisticated can take advantage of that space. There's certain details that defensively the U.S. has to take care of regardless of the system they're in.
Looking long for Carly Lloyd. Beliaiba will put it back into play. Just her fifth cap. Playing in the 2017 Algarve Cup, where Russia was disappointing, finishing 8th out of 12 teams. One in the air by Lewis. Lloyd. Pugh. Into the middle, off target, intended for long. And in that battle there, Terahova is taken away. U.S. has it back, looking to get that counter going. Russia will slow it down defensively for them. Sauerbrunn, long, Lloyd. Up the middle. And I think Pugh thought that Dunn was going to get to that. Neither one ended up with it. "17 of these U.S. players headed for the start of the NWSL season. These players are in preseason training now. They'll be going back there. NWSL season opens up on the 15th of April. 10 teams in a single table. They'll play a 24-game schedule. A lot of excitement around the 5th year of the NWSL. It's a historic year. No women's soccer league has ever lasted that long at that level.
Well, they're doing it right, growing slowly in a manageable way, and the product is reaping the reward of that, because you're keeping players in the league. The product, the play is getting better every year, and this is really the first year that depth is going to be a battle to who finds that last roster spot at 20. Before, it was pretty obvious.
Morozova had to leave. I'm sure it was because of that collision with Ale Long. Danilova will replace her. Sauerbrunn on the ball. 6 subs allowed in this international friendly. First of 2 against Russia. They've announced another game June 11th against Norway, and they are expected to announce another one soon. Flag is up again. Offside. So that's one thing that the U.S. haven't judged all that well in the first 16 minutes.
But it was good build-up. That ball into Lloyd. I saw Lavelle sneaking in below her to get that first touch off of her, and the vision to try to play Dunn. And Dunn's just looking back at the ball, not looking down the line. She hasn't been playing up top all that often for the U.S., so that's something she's going to have to become more aware of as this game progresses and get back in the flow of. But already very good from the U.S. in those partnerships and the chemistry.
She did well, Dunn, to win that ball back. Right side, Lavelle pushing it a step in front of that last defender, trying to cut inside, knocked out for a corner kick. Cleared up by Belamitseva.
Just a good battle by Dunn to win it. And Lavelle is just smooth with the ball. You can see how left-footed she is there. Able to pull away, but she's dribbling with the ball on the foot closest to the defender.
Second corner for Lavelle. Played into the box, and that one goes in off a deflection. It's 2-0 U.S.
And how about that from Ali Long? Her 4th goal for the U.S. team, and all of them have been with her head, and this is no different. Good ball in from the corner by Lavelle, and she's just near post there, redirects it. Belayev has no chance on this. Russia's got to do a better job on long. She's got 3 players draped around her. Someone's got to get in front. Someone's got to get behind, disrupt her path to the ball, but Ali Long does a great job redirecting that on frame.
On this near side, lost out for a throw-in for the U.S. from O'Hara. Ali Long with a 4th goal. She'll be joining the Portland Thorns soon for their regular season opener. Lavelle getting the lone assist off of that corner. Short. Pushing it wide, left sideline. Klingenberg up from her left back spot, back from injury. We haven't seen Klingenberg since last September. So a good chance for her to try to reclaim the starting job that she had at the World Cup and also Olympics.
And interestingly, Jill goes to a 4-back, which gives her that opportunity, but she's going to have to play her way in. She's just getting back in it with Portland.
Bump there from Klingenberg coming back, slowing the Russian attack down. Pushed by Boliviaga. Short. Off Lavelle. Still got that forward. Crystal Dawn, right side. Left on the sideline. O'Hara does well to keep it in play. Long. Casey Short. Back for Klingenberg. Mewis. Mewis playing this year with the North Carolina Courage. Cleared away. Russia will try to go over that right side. That's going to go right to goal. Twillison Air has not been tested so far in the first 20 minutes as that ball was out. Kelly O'Hara tried to keep it in play. She only played 12 minutes as a sub in that France game, bothered by a groin injury, so we were a bit surprised that we even saw her there in the end. But right now, healthy and ready to go. Sauerbruch. O'Hara. Long. Long and Dunn are the goal scorers for the USA with a 2-0 lead over Russia. Klingenberg. Mewis. Pugh. Dunn holding up a run to stay onside, but the ball is picked off. U.S. fought to win it back. Good job by Pugh. O'Hara. Boyd was calling for it on the far side. Lavelle, near sideline. Sweet move. Has another. She got it back. Still has it. Left there for Dunn, and it's blocked. What was that? 3 moves in 1?
There's no way she pulls that off. I mean, again, she's with her favored left foot and goes inside of the foot and manages to keep that touch in bounds, and then just senses that the defender's going to take that 1 step and megs her. I mean, that's someone having fun out there.
Boston fans can look forward to her playing for the Boston Breakers. She was the #1 draft choice in the entire NWSL, and now this is her 3rd straight start for Jill Ellis, playing in different positions. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, everyone on the sideline, JP, was enjoying that, and also in the stands as well. But Jill Ellis just looked over at me and said, "Hey, Jenny, how you like Rose Lavelle?" So I think a few happy faces in watching her just develop every time she's out here making improvements and strides with the national team.
And Allie, she's had more responsibility in this game because Jill Ellis was talking about her role in particular with us yesterday.
Well, she has a lot of confidence in her because she's one of the players that does not lose the ball. She's not afraid to face up. She's not afraid to take on. And when you have that kind of quality and that confidence at this level, the sky's the limit if she has, with her technique coupled with it. So I said in the open, I mean, she could potentially be the 10 that we've been waiting for.
Sauerbrunn in the air. Cleared it up the middle. Big shot wide of Alyssa Nair.
And if she doesn't end up being the 10, she's still going to be one of the most exciting players on the field.
U.S. with a 2-0 lead. We're in Frisco, Texas. Casey Short on the ball. Playing with the Chicago Red Stars of the NWSL. This is long. Going long, right sideline. O'Hara, nice touch. Done. Crosses. Was behind Lloyd. Pugh picks it up and sends it over the bar.
I mean, Jill Ellis and the coaching staff has to be clapping on the sidelines because this is picture perfect. Lavelle goes inside. O'Hara gets down that flank. First time ball into Dunn, who is sprinting in behind. Goes end line, plays a perfectly weighted pass on the carpet across the front of goal. And then just that final touch is lacking from Pugh.
Pugh's only 18 years old. She's played in 2 under-20 World Cups, and she's age eligible to play in a third. And right now, she could be one of the stars of this senior team. Pugh on the ball. There's Dunn. Goalkeeper out, loose, and knocked in, but the flag is up again. U.S. offside for the 4th time tonight.
I mean, I'll keep saying it. I like that Dunn is getting on the edge on the restraining line, and the U.S. is hounding at that back line, but Dunn has to be smarter. She's fast enough. She doesn't have to cut it that close. She's just got to be aware of where that last defender is. But everything else from Dunn is brilliant.
Dunn's on the chase right now. Iva's pass to the right. Makarenko moving it forward. Ooh. Awkward collision there. 2 players down now, both back up as Lloyd picks it up. Sending it across. It's slightly behind Mallory Pugh. Mewis. Long. Sauerbrunn. Holding. Back for Ali Long. Short is back there with her. Long will take a different path. Up the middle, Lloyd. Lavelle. The timer was knocked away, and it goes against the U.S., that foul. Russia's ball. Push to this left sideline. Sestinova. Lavelle winning it defensively. Dunn left it. Mewis. Pugh makes a run into space. Mewis leads her. Mallory Pugh in the box. Drills it. Tough angle. And other options too.
I like this from Mewis. I mean, just again, a perfectly weighted ball in to get Pugh. But if I'm Mallory Pugh's teammate, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, why are you shooting that? Difficult angle. You have other players in the box wide open. Dunn coming late. Just pull that back across.
And I know she's young. Usually she does do that. She usually does look for a teammate first. Not that time though. Cut off and played by Danilova. Karpova. Followed up by Klingenberg. Trying to go inside. Help was there from Short, and it's cleared all the way back. Iva. U.S. leading 2-0. Goals by Dunn and Long. 10th minute and 18th minute. U.S. out shooting Russia. 9-3 at this point. What have you liked so far besides the 2 goals that they finished?
It's so hard to judge in this situation how much of this is about the personnel, how much of this is about the change in formation. As much as coaches hate to talk about formation,
they do, because
Russia isn't the same opponent that they face in the She Believes Cup. But what I like is the movement. I like some of the chemistry we're seeing out there. The U.S. just looks more comfortable, whether it's because it's the forward back or because they got success and were creating chances early on. It's hard to judge. And I think that's one of Jill Ellis's questions going forward. If you keep changing so much, sometimes it's hard to tell why things are going right or why they're going wrong. There's too many variables to the equation. You have to put things in vacuums to know what is successful and what isn't.
3 in the wall for Russia. U.S. It's deflected. There's nothing left on that ball after the deflection. Easy play for Beliaiva. It's off the U.S. That will go out of play. Big edge in the possession, as you might have expected in this game between the USA and Russia. USA coming into this game, though, not ranked #1 anymore after the She Believes Cup. They dropped 1. Germany is now #1. US 2. France is #3. England and Canada round out the top 5.
Canada just beat Sweden today in a friendly.
Beliaiva. Go out wide, left side. Sochneva is the intended target. Lavelle from O'Hara. Lavelle, they know she's going to go to that left, but they can't seem to stop her. Long with a shot over the bar. But even though they know it's coming with Lavelle, they're unable to stop her.
That's what happens with some players that are just this silky smooth on the ball with that separation ability. Lloyd had made a good run that the defenders bought into, and that opened up some of the gap for Lavelle to get in there. And then Long just sitting in that nice little pocket right there, an easy option for Lavelle to lay it off.
Hugh. Lavelle. Up the middle. It's too crowded at that time to get through. Just one in the attack for Russia, and it'll bounce back to Nea. Zestinova was up there. MLS soccer returns as Orlando City SC hosting Eric Red Bulls 4 Eastern on ESPN, and Sporting Kansas City will battle Tim Howard and the Colorado Rapids at 7 Eastern on FS1. Pugh gaining that halfway line. And went down. Contact in the foul going against Danilova.
And as much as I'm enjoying watching Pugh on the ball, Lavelle on the ball, they're taking on a lot of players. You're not necessarily going to be able to get away with that at the next level against a Germany and France like opponent. So I think they need to start using a little more ball movement, getting the ball wide exactly like this from Ali Long, and work on service in the box.
Klingenberg trying to find Lloyd. That one was cut off. Markenenko's header. And it's going to be a throw in for Russia. Klingenberg playing for Portland after a couple of years with Houston. Also played with Boston in the Western New York Flash when they were operating there. Short back to Nair, their teammates in Chicago. Sauerbrunn. The switch for Klingenberg. Mallory Pugh has done on the left. Nicely timed ball. Done. That cross. And Lloyd and Lavelle were both there kind of waiting for it.
And that's usually Lloyd's bread and butter. This time Dunn stayed on side, looked down that line of the defenders, held up a run just enough to get in. Good ball across, and Lloyd's in a good spot, just isn't able to redirect it.
96 international goals for Carly, poised to be the next one, the 6th one to reach 100 in a USA uniform. Dunn passes behind Long. Sochneva into the middle. On wide, intended for Trina Medina. She couldn't get to it. And that whistle will stop play. USA's ball on the free kick from O'Hara. Headed towards the middle by Danilova. Yes, Danilova. Now short stepped up. Ali Long. Back for Klingenberg. 34th minute. USA with a 2-0 lead over Russia. Goals by Crystal Dunn and Ali Long. About 8 minutes apart. It's a USA throw in. Arrow plays for Sky Blue in New Jersey. Take that throw. That one misses Karpova. Nair out of goal, leaves it off. Casey Short. Klingenberg.
And I would think it'd be hard to judge how well Casey Short is going to do tonight in the center back position, because it looks like they're rarely going to be tested defensively. But maybe that's a type of game you want to give her a try out and get her comfortable.
Pugh flags up again. Another offside call on the U.S. 5th time.
And definitely offside there. I mean, she knows she's on the other side of her defender there, and they were way ahead of the line as themselves. So you just got to have a little more awareness.
Pugh is just 18 years of age, attending UCLA.
I'm sure all the college coaches in the country were hoping she was going to go pro directly.
Yeah, that was the rumor at one point. It's a USA throw in. Long tapped it over to Klingenberg. Short. Sauerbrunn chased by Karpova. Short. In the middle, moving it ahead. Lavelle lost it off the touch. Blocked by Sochneva. Sauerbrunn out of that potentially dangerous situation. A lot more we're seeing of this than we saw in that game against France. More combinations, better passes, more runs off the ball. They're just more in sync, and part of that is the opponent, I'm sure, and the tempo. It's been the USA setting the tempo right from the get-go.
Yeah, more time on the ball helps every player, but I think Kelly O'Hare has been a bright spot for the U.S. tonight. She's been largely involved in their attack on this right side, and her touches have been clean.
The run by Lloyd. It's going to be knocked out, and it's going to be a corner kick for the U.S. Their third. They scored off the last one. Lavelle setting up Ali Long. We'll see how they play this one.
Samantha Mewis, another player who's very good in the air. Expect her to want to get in on the action.
Lavelle with that strike right towards the middle. Lloyd got up there, brought down off Pugh. It's still loose in the box, and now finally cleared out. Sauerbrunn steps up. Lavelle wanted to go inside that time. Sochneva wouldn't let her. That was another sweet move for Pugh in front, off the post. Could have been, should have been 3-0, but it was another moment of magic from Rose Lavelle.
This just makes me smile. First she's hustling back, and then O'Hare with a simple pass to her. How about that ball by Lavelle? Just a heel slip pass. I don't know if I've ever said that, but a heel slip pass. Heel final ball, perfectly weighted, and then Pugh, or Long, excuse me, pings that off the post.
The confidence to try it is one thing, but then to succeed at it. And that's the only way that Pugh was going to be open.
Oh, I mean, the layers of it, the vision to see it, the confidence to try it, and then the ability to execute it.
By the corner flag, U.S. will push it in. Lavelle! They've been off target a few times here tonight. Huge edge in the shots, huge edge in possession, and a 2-0 score probably doesn't even accurately tell you what's going on.
It doesn't. Here's another look at the sweet touch by Lavelle. Makes her defender in the process. Pugh runs onto it, but you're right, JP. The scoreline isn't telling of the chances that the U.S. is creating, and we say this time and time again, but the finished product is the last thing to come, and this team isn't played in. A few of the players are more so than the others.
Nice ball ahead. Dunn flags up again. She finished that, but again, it is offside. 6th time that the U.S. has been offside.
And I think she's been offside 4 of the 6. And as a player, that level of sophistication has to come into play. She's got to know that she's been offside this many times throughout the flow, and just be aware of it. Adjust your positioning by a step. It's quite simple.
Is part of it newer position for her, or newer partner, or nothing to do with it?
I literally think that she's not expecting Russia to be so high. She's not taking her looks in those last moments before that slip ball is coming in. I mean, she's used to playing a 9. I know she hasn't played there recently, so maybe it is about getting that timing and rhythm back, but you don't have to cut it so close. Just take a step.
It's over the head of Klingenberg. She's back there defending. Had help from short. Mallory Pugh. 40th minute. U.S. with a 2-0 lead. Pugh faster on the ball than someone without it. Still going strong. Has Lavelle open on the right. Sliding behind her. Looking, cutting, wants it on the left foot. Still has it. Still has it. Going outside for Dawn. She was calling for the return. Got it. Head up, there's the cross. That was a bit awkward in the end. Interesting first half of Rose Lavelle. So much fun to watch.
Well, it starts with Mallory Pugh, I mean, taking on the whole Russian team. But if I'm a defender, I start to figure out that Lavelle likes to go to her left, likes to cut inside. You've got to try to take that away from her, make her go end line at least. And Rose Lavelle, I think she just has to be quicker with her decision-making, with her passes, because she cut off her own angle. She cut off her teammates in that and taking too many touches. So just a quicker release by her.
Makarenko loses it. Dunn shooting it. 3-0 now, U.S.
Well, you talk about that finishing product. Crystal Dunn has 3 games overseas, and she's one of the ones that has been training at a high level recently. Clearly informed, just makes a meal out of that mistake by number 8, Makarenko. And then finishes it off, cuts off her path in that retreat and goes far post again, beating Belaeva.
Unassisted goal. Off the giveaway from Makarenko. So a 3-0 USA lead here in the 42nd minute. Off that interception, U.S. with short, getting it. Big night so far for Crystal Dunn. For more on her, let's go to Jenny.
And she has been so positive, JP, just about playing overseas and how she's been pushed in different ways. She was honest with us yesterday. She said, I thought I'd have to bring up the speed of play, but the speed was really already there for me. I mean, it has been so important for her to be challenged out there, and just the professionalism. She said the constant feedback, data, stats. She's able to evaluate her play on a daily basis and just be pushed in a new way.
She is having fun over there. All 3 players are enjoying their stint so far in Europe.
Well, it's different.
We're not used to that, right? We're used to European players or South American players or from other countries coming here and having to adjust to a new language, new teammates, new culture. Now, for these 3 players, it's an opposite role.
And the new environment will benefit them. It is a different training environment. As Jenny said, everything is tracked. There's more repetition. So there's certain benefits they're going to bring back to with their game with the national team, and the U.S. is going to benefit.
Dunn's playing in those FA Cups. Lloyd is going to play against Morgan in a UEFA Champions League semi-final. 2 legs. So USA teammates will be not teammates on that particular day.
But then they return to the NWSL, and that's where we get excited.
Yep. Down this right sideline, it's going to be too far for Terahova. Speaking of the NWSL, Grant Wall was on with our studio crew earlier talking about Marta reportedly nearing a multi-year deal to join Orlando. That's been rumored for a little bit, but maybe a little bit more credibility and juice to that story. Down this right side, Kelly O'Hara slowing it down, looks up, better option there. Just misses, trying to find Lavelle. Mewes went for the shot, that's blocked. O'Hara, Russia just trying to get out of this first half without conceding again. O'Hara into the middle. Mewes freed herself up. Klingenberg. 2 goals by Crystal Dunn, 1 by Ali Long. That's your score line here in this opening half. Final minute of the first half. Short for Long. Second multiple rule game for Crystal Dunn. U.S. uniform. Here's Lloyd. He's had many of those. Outside, Pugh blocked inside the box. Appeals for handball denied. Hustling to win it back was Pugh. Mewes. Coaches like to see that kind of hustle. You're up by 3 goals in the final minute of the half. Here's Lloyd, turn around, shot off the post. Almost 4-0, matter of maybe an inch or a fraction of that.
Well, U.S. is going to be happy with this first half. I mean, they've been dynamic in the attacking third, created chance after chance after chance, and really held Russia at bay. Good turn by Lloyd, senses the pressure, spins her, releases that bullet near post. Someone's got to follow that up.
She got a lot on that shot, did Carly Lloyd. 34 years of age and playing strong. Dunn. Pugh looking inside the box. Trying to play it across, that's blocked, and Deliaila will come up with it. Less than a half a minute to go here in this opening half. Kate, Leslie, and Eric will have all your first half highlights and analysis from back in our Los Angeles studios after a short break, so keep it here. Sauerbrunn with seconds left in the opening half. It's been a very strong first half for the USA. A 3-0 lead, it could have been more. Crowd's happy with it. Ali Long scored the second goal of the night. Crystal Dunn, the scoring star, with 2, her 19th and 20th international goals. So it's the USA leading Russia by the score of 3-0. Stay tuned after a short break. Kate, Leslie, and Eric will take things over from our Los Angeles studios. So far, so good for the USA, up by 3 against Russia.